Hello everybody. I am filming a video today to show you all part of how to make a macaroon coin purse. And this is actually from my friend Barb, and I'd like to apologize in advance if you hear background noise because the whole family's home right now and I told everybody to be quiet so I could film, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I want to show you how to do the raspberries and the chocolate curls, and also I'm going to show you how to do, oops, it's so tiny, so super tiny, an espresso bean. So first off, we're going to start with the raspberry, and you get a little circle. And you can basically, pick how big you want your raspberry to be. Doesn't really matter. And you get a needle and thread. And you're just going to start stitching. There's ink kind of left over on this side. So this is going to be the inside of my raspberry. So I'm going to put my needle and thread. And I'm just going to go all the way around, stitching up all the way around the circle. And try to, it doesn't really matter how even your stitches are because this part is going to be the bottom side of the raspberry. So the stitches for this particular thing don't have to be perfect. Okay, now I have stitched all the way around the circle, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start to cinch it shut like that, and then you're going to get your polyfill and just take a little bit of it and stuff your raspberry with the polyfill and cinch it shut. Then you're going to take your needle, and actually it also helps if you kind of tie it off a little bit and see if I can find the thing to tie it off. Okay. So I just connected the one end of the thread to the beginning, to where I started, and with my raspberry, and tie a knot. There. So it should look about like this. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle and you're going to go right through the center of the raspberry, and you're going to come out on the other side, and you're just going to start making dimples. And then, so there it is, and then you're just going to go right back in again, like that. And you're just going to start to randomly poke it through, and then create a tiny little stitch like a little seed, and create little raspberry seed dimples all the way around the berry. They look so super cute when they're finished. Whoop! Ah! Got away from me. And you're just going to kind of tie it as you go. So this is what it looks like so far. And I haven't gone all the way around yet. And I like to make it kind of even, you know. It doesn't have to be perfect because raspberries are not completely uniform by nature, but you know, I like for them to pretty much be symmetrical. Oh no, I got a knot in my thread. Hate it when that happens. There. Okay, I think this one looks pretty good. So that's the top, and then this part, you can leave the thread on here, and you're just going to take it and tack it to your macaroon. And that's it for the raspberry. Next we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you how to do the chocolate curls or the chocolate roses. And let me just tie this really fast. Okay, so back to doing the chocolate rose. You take your chocolate circle, and all you're going to do is you're going to cut a spiral into the circle and leave a small circle in the center. That little circle in the center is going to be the base of your chocolate rose. So I'm just going to start on the edge here, and I'm going to go all the way around. And the thicker this is from here, you know, from here to your first cut, the taller your rose will be. So keep that in mind when you're cutting. So if you don't want it to stick out too far, then don't make it too thick. And it's also very good to try to keep it the same if you can. Okay, then you're going to get a pair of tweezers, which I forgot to get. Hang on one sec. Scratch that. You don't need tweezers. I forgot, this is not paper, this is felt. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle and thread, and you're just going to put your needle through the very tip of your curl, and then you're going to fold it. Kind of hard to see, but you're going to fold it, and then you're going to pass your needle through the fold. Basically what you're doing is you're twisting it all up and creating, you know, a spiral, because you want it just to be like all rolled up like that. So you're just going to roll it a little bit at a time and tack it as you go so it stays put. Okay, we are approaching the end. Let me see here. So it starts to get a little more difficult once you start to get closer. Okay. Okay. Then, once you have your nice little swirl, you're gonna just tack this part, the bottom, to the little circle, and then this will be your base that you will then tack to the top of your macaroon. And it's already pretty secure, so you don't have to do it a whole bunch of times. You just want it to stay attached. And it's always good to try to keep your stitches hidden as best as you can. And once again, you can just leave the thread in and then go straight to the top of your macaroon and tack it right on there. Last, I'm going to show you how to make this so super cute, teeny tiny little espresso bean. And there, I think you can see it from that angle. So you're going to take your small dark circle, dark brown circle, and you're going to do the same thing that you did with the raspberry, and you're just going to stitch all the way around it, and then you're going to stuff it. Okay, I got my needle all threaded, and I'm just going to start in, going all the way around. Up and down. Okay, so I've stitched all the way around, and you can kind of tell just by the little scalloped edges. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the raspberry. I'm going to cinch it closed, and I'm going to put a teeny tiny little bit of polyfill in there, just like a really small amount, because this circle is so very small. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull it closed like this, and then we're going to start to sew it like, let's see if I can show, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So let's see if I can hold it like this. If you guys can see, you're going to go so I'm putting the needle in. I'm kind of holding it like it's not round, it's more oval shaped. And we're just going to stitch across the top. So it's like a little, how do I explain this? It's like a little mouth like that. There, now you can see it. So I'm pressing it closed like that, and I'm just going to stitch it so it stays that way. Okay, so now I got to the end, and I've stitched it all the way across. Kind of hard to see. And also this felt is so dark that the polyfill really shows up against it, so I periodically trim off any polyfill that's sticking out just to keep it looking neat. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to do something similar like we did with the raspberry. We're going to stitch a little line in the top. So you'll take your needle and your thread, and you're just gonna put the needle through this little crevice here, and it's gonna come out the top about right there. Whoop. And you're just going to do 3 stitches. So there's 1, and you want them to be really close together too, so it looks like one line. 2, 3. See, there. So hard to see because it's so dark. This felt is such a dark color. There. There it is. Cute little espresso bean. And then you can again just leave the thread in there and tack it straight to the top of the macaroon. And this is also up to you. If you don't like the shape of this one, if you want it to be a little bit more tucked in like that, you can just do a stitch from this end right here, all the way over to this end here. It's hard to see, but, and you'd basically just pull it shut like that. And that makes it a little bit more rounded. And I think that's the way I did it because I think I preferred that look too. But it's up to you, however you like it. And then if you do it that way, then you're gonna create a knot there. And you can use that piece of thread to tie it off so it stays in place. And then you can tack it like I just said, you can tack it right to your macaroon just like that. So I hope you found that helpful, and if you need any clarification, just holla at me. And I hope you enjoy making your little macaroons. Thanks. Bye.